Salam sehat teman-teman semua dimanapun berada. Jumpa lagi dengan saya Tirka Widanti dalam acara Chit East Meets West. Sebuah program bincang santai menghadirkan teman-teman dari mancanegara. Hari ini sangat spesial ya, karena saya ditemani oleh adik-adik LCIT UNR. LCIT adalah Language, Communication, Information and Technology Universitas Ngurah Rai. Ini program di bawah KUI, Kantor Urusan Internasional atau International Office tepatnya. Nah, mereka bergabung dalam sebuah program tiap bulan mengadakan temu dengan ekspatriat yang kebetulan berkunjung ke Bali. Di samping dengan tujuan utamanya adalah belajar berkomunikasi dengan bahasa asing. Bahasa asing itu baik bahasa Inggris, bahasa Jerman atau yang lainnya. Nah, itu untuk adik-adik LCIT ya. Semuanya di sini luar biasa. Terima kasih juga atas kehadirannya. Kemudian hari ini kita menghadirkan tamu spesial dari Australia, Ibu Catherine Stenson. Ya, beliau adalah Chief Executive Officer at GTNT Group. GTNT Group, Group Training Northern Territory. Nanti kita dengarkan apa yang dimaksud dengan GTNT. Beliau juga didampingi oleh suami beliau yang ganteng, handsome husband, Sean Stenson ya. Good morning. Okay, good morning Ibu Catherine.
Good morning Ibu Ika.
And also ada leader dari LCIT, Adik Aldo. A very good morning Adik Aldo ya. So thank you for organizing this one. Okay, I do appreciate that. Okay, teman-teman semua, without further ado, let's start. Catherine, welcome back to Bali.
Thank you Ibu Ika. We feel like it's our second home.
Home. Sebelumnya saya ingin brief dulu. Ibu Catherine Stenson ini adalah for more than 20 years of experience in employment industries with strong background in governance, strategic planning, management and business development. Yeah, as an industry leader, her passion is to create continual training opportunities for people of all ages to gain qualification. Both member of the National Apprenticeship Employment Network. So this is very important for all of us. The National Australian Apprenticeships Association, the Apprenticeship Employment Network, Yard Work Pen, Northern Territory, Australia, and previously the President of the Chamber of Commerce, Northern Territory, and many more. Banyak sekali ya pengalaman beliau. Oke, kita langsung saja, lebih baik agar beliau yang menceritakannya. Nanti begitu juga ya adik-adik dari LCIT, silakan bila ada pertanyaan baik kepada Bapak Sean Stenson maupun ke Ibu Catherine, nanti bisa dibantu oleh leadernya Aldo ya. Luar biasa kita hari ini. Baik, first of all, I would like to thank you for making your time today, far away from Australia to Bali, to Universitas Ngurah Rai. So how many times
it's a pleasure to be at Ngurah Rai again. Thank you. And to be in Bali, I think it's probably about the 30th time, I think.
Sudah 30 tahun katanya berkunjung ke Bali ya. Kita berapa? 0 tahun ya. Oke, nantilah ya nanti. Oke.
we're very committed to continuing our relationship between Indonesia and Australia. We're very proud that our governments formed the economic trade agreement between the two countries, and that both governments are so focused on creating education and training opportunities. So thank you for having me again. I hope to be able to return the favour and welcome you all to Darwin in the Northern Territory, where you can come and study with us and I can return the hospitality.
Okay, good. Okay, so Ibu Catherine, we would like also to know about what have you learned from the Eastern of Bali perspective.
I think something that really resonates with me is that the culture in Bali is very traditional. So there's very family values, people are very family orientated, and that resonates with us in Australia because that's very similar to the culture that we have in Australia. I think you're very fortunate that you have such history and that you have made yourself very innovative in the way that you approach dealing with the Western communication and in Western countries. You've made us feel very welcome. I think your government is very innovative in the way that it accepts tourists and also businesses to invest in Bali. And I think our government could learn from that. I respect your visa system very much, and I respect your cyber security and your security and border control. I think you do that well, and I think in Australia we can learn from the way that you welcome business integration and business investment.
Okay, well, that is fair enough, yeah, to have an insight from Ibu Catherine. So, next is, what have you embraced about the Balinese culture?
For me, I think it's brought me out of my shell a little bit. So in Australia, we do tend to get very engrossed in our own organisation, and we tend to have our own agendas. So we work in our networks quite closely. And in Australia, we do work many hours and long hours. And so for me, I've been really only focused on growing our own business and supporting the employers that we work with in the Northern Territory. Whereas the people that I've learned from in Bali, like Ibu Ika, do so much for the greater good and the greater community, and that has inspired me to want to be a part of more community benefit programs, and it's given me confidence to do more work with governments as well. So I think I've learned that from you, particularly, Ibu Ika, and it's made me come out of my shell a little bit to promote just how good the opportunity is that we have in Australia, and to embrace you all and invite you to come and study with us.
Okay, so thank you for saying that. We all feel very blessed, ya, adik-adik semuanya. We also want to know more about GTNT. What is GTNT?
So you mentioned before that we're Group Training Northern Territory, and that's the foundation of our organisation, but that was many years ago. That was like 30 years ago. Now really we've grown. So we used to be an apprenticeship employment organisation, and we've now grown the business where we have 4,000 apprentices and trainees in the Northern Territory, and we work closely with government. We have 2,500 employers that we have direct relationships with. So we're very proud of that. But the company now isn't just apprenticeship employment. We now have an international training organisation that is headed up by Sean Stenson, called the Institute of Skills Training Australia. And we also have you heard of the Pearson, like PTE testing?
Oh,
PTE, yes. So we also administer the Pearson PTE testing for the Northern Territory. So our company now has grown much bigger. We're a not-for-profit organisation, so we're a registered charity. We do a lot of charitable work, and we're registered with the Australian government as a not-for-profit. So it means that we do a lot of community-based programs that benefit the community. So that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah. So you work closely. So this GTNT works closely with the government.
We
of
do.
Australia?
Yes, we do. So we work very closely with the Northern Territory government, and we
Based in? The base is in Darwin.
Yes, based in Darwin. And we also work very closely with the Australian government. So a contract that we hold to deliver the Australian Apprenticeship Support Network is a dual contract owned by the Australian government and also by the Northern Territory government. So our objectives align very closely, and in Australia one of our key priorities is to increase the number of international students that we can bring over to Australia, because we're in a unique position where we have wonderful opportunity to accept international students, and our qualifications are globally recognised. So new arrive, your qualifications are excellent. Your professors, your teachers, very high quality. We have the benefit in Australia that our qualification is globally recognised.
Well,
Yeah.
so okay, so we are all ready, to to fly, to jump to Australia. All right. So why Bali? So we would like to also know why Bali.
So for us, one of the key triggers was certainly the signing of the ISEPA, so the International Economic Trade Agreement between the Indonesian government and Australia. That has made things more easier, more streamlined for us to partner with Bali institutions. But one of the key reasons is we're only 2.5 hours away from Bali. So we have the same weather, we have very similar culture, we've got a large Balinese community, our business interests align.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's 2.5 hours away, so it's very, very close. We think that the Northern Territory is a perfect partner for Bali.
Oh, okay. So thank you. So I think adik-adik semuanya, my dear students, we are all ready to take this opportunity, to learn more, to study, so we can get this experience also. They all coming here to Bali for us, for all of us. So means that this is a great opportunity. So thank you, Ibu Catherine. Thank you for always thinking about us, always thinking about Balinese in order for us to continue our collaboration.
Thank you, Ibu Ika. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me and for listening today.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all your attention, for all your support actually, especially to the students of LCIT, Language, Communication, Information and Technology, for making this program happen, and we will continue in the near future. So terima kasih teman-teman semuanya, semoga bermanfaat hasil dari bincang santai saya, bincang East meets West, Chit. Semoga nanti kita bisa bertemu di lain kesempatan. Salam sehat.